lot of players have struggled with the lag this week. Let's see how these two do.
Chua wins the lag.
Well, it seems Chua's got it dialed down. I think it was touching the rail, Michael, wasn't it? It was close.
That was just about perfection.
So Chua from the Philippines,
The first rack.
with the legend efren
Chua
just
to break.
his left, will get this match underway. Chua to break. Wonderful break to start the match off. Obviously he's trying to pop the one in the side, which he does so. Yeah, cue ball got a little flick off the purple 5, but he does have a shot on the blue 2. But these are never as easy in the very first rack. I mean, this is his first shot of the match. And it's a long pot, and he's got to play it with a bit of right-hand spin. But if he knocks it in, it can half make you feel good. Oh, he hit. Potted it clean. It was a good break. It was a good opening shot on the blue 2, just to kill the cue ball, and then the rest has been a doddle. That's why you want to win the lag, Michael, isn't it? You don't think it's important. You just think, well, it's just the start of the match. But if you can put a 2 or 3 pack together and keep your opponent in the chair, it's very important.
Yeah, and in a match that looks fairly evenly matched going into it, well, 3 racks, let's say, to start off, that makes an enormous difference. So won the lag comfortably in this case. Very efficient thereafter. Chua, break and run in the opening rack to lead Mohammed Soufi 1-0 in the last 16 of the World Championship.
Mohammed, it's your choice.
Yeah, he's rolled out into a jump shot. He was in a tricky position.
First shot of the match then for Soufi, if he takes it, of course. He also had a birthday recently. He's now 31.
Play again, please,
29th in the world rankings. He has given it back.
Foul shot.
That decision has worked out very much in his favour. So a chance for Soufi to get stuck in here.
Yeah, I like it. It's a pretty good shot. Outside chance at a pot. You could see what he was trying to do. Trying to cut this ball in. Oh, that's beautiful. And it's a beautiful cue ball as well to give himself a shot on this 6 ball. They're not easy then when you've got to slice them so thin.
Yeah, a number of shots, including that one early on, indicate he's starting with this sharpness already in. Both of these players have lost a match in this championship already. Chua won his first in a hill-hill finish against Hamza Ali of Eritrea.
Yeah, I like it. It's a pretty good shot. Outside chance at a pot. You could see what he was trying to do. Trying to cut this ball in. Oh, that's beautiful. And it's a beautiful cue ball as well to give himself a shot on this 6 ball. They're not easy then when you've got to slice them so thin.
Yeah, a number of shots, including that one early on, indicate he's starting with this sharpness already in. Both of these players have lost a match in this championship already. Chua won his first in a hill-hill finish against Hamza Ali of Eritrea.
Pulling the shots off, he seemed to get all the attention. But I remember in the final, Aranas had a long shot, and it was a big moment, and he had to stop the cue ball dead, slightly jacked up off the rail and hit it beautifully. That was also a big moment.
It all made the Philippines the first nation to win the World Cup 4 times. They had previously shared the all-time record with China, who they almost played in the final before the Chinese lost narrowly to Germany. But that was very unexpected, Carl.
Yeah, how big is this moment going to be?
Can you clean the ball?
Looking so good, that will just knock the stuffing out of him a little bit, that'll just bring him down a peg or two.
Extension called.
Start to doubt your cue action when you miss cue.
That's it, a shot like that can throw you no matter how well you've been playing.
This thing, it's what's going on inside of me. It's my moderate to severe ulcerative colitis.
It wasn't always this calm. UC went everywhere I did. Wondering when it would pop up next was stressful, doing a number on my insides.
But then I found out about Velsipity.
A once-daily pill, not a steroid or biologic, for adults with moderate to severe UC. Velsipity can help calm the chaos of UC. It quickly treats flares, providing a chance for lasting steroid-free remission. Don't take Velsipity if you've had a heart attack, chest pain, stroke or mini-stroke, heart failure in the last 6 months, irregular or abnormal heartbeat. Velsipity may cause serious side effects including infections that can be fatal, slow heart rate, liver problems, increased blood pressure, macular edema, certain types of skin cancer, swelling and narrowing of the brain's blood vessels, or shortness of breath. Tell your doctor if you are pregnant or plan to be.
If conventional therapy like 5-ASAs or steroids aren't working for you, ask your gastroenterologist about Velsipity.
Velsipity, help calm the chaos of UC.
1, 2, 3, go!
The key to being rich is knowing what counts.
Who's up next?
Once more, he's left a chance for Sufi. And I think we know how this movie ends. Very quickly
Mohamed Sufi
dispatching the
wins
8
the
and the
rack.
9. So Sufi wasn't expecting that chance.
You can get the hook, but feel like you leave an easy kick. Well, this is poor. He's left Johan Chua the easiest safety of them all. See the disappointment. Always felt like the players that play ridiculously quick always had a poor safety game.
Extension
I
called.
don't know why.
Yeah, it sort of feels like that's the way it should be, but you can't quite put your finger on exactly why that is. I know what you mean. Maybe just the really fast players don't have quite the same level of patience to figure it all out.
Yeah. You have one.
Don't like that safety shot either. But he could have got the cue ball nearer to the 8. That takes away the jump shot
Extension
or the kick.
called.
Yeah, he's changed his mind here. He's going to go off the back rail, try and kick safe.
Yeah, as I said, Sufi lost his first match, then beat Lo Ho Sum, the former World Masters runner-up, to get things up and running. Fine win then against Chang Yung Lin, who's been to the final of this championship in the past, then saw off Lucius Yap and his good friend Badr Alawadi.
Could see the intention, and it actually wasn't far away. He just wanted a fuller hit on the 5. He was trying to get the 5 on that top rail.
Well, this is good, isn't it? This will help him to put that miscue out of his mind from the previous rack. In fact, it was on the 8 into the same pocket he's about to shoot it into again. Near enough the same shot, in terms of the pot anyway. So routine 9, and Chua will be 1 in front for the 3rd time already in this last 16 contest. He leads 3-2.
Yeah, it's okay. He's left the bottom rail. Just wondering where that 5 ball is set up to go. He played a shot like this yesterday, kick combination, and ended up winning the rack off the run out. Yeah, that's what he's looking at, you know, and now he's looking at the 3 ball. Stand by your bed here. He's going to go a little bit crazy on this shot. He's looking at the 5 in the side, possibly.
Extension called.
And he's also looked at where the 3 goes off that 5 ball. He feels like it goes towards the 9 ball.
Foul shots.
I'm amazed
Ball
he
in
didn't
hand.
hit the 3 ball there. Amazed. It was an easy kick.
Please start the clock.
Obviously there was no huge reward at stake, as in like he knew what was going to happen, but make sure you hit the 3 and good things can happen. That was close. It looked messy, but it just flicked the green 6. Such an unfortunate thing what
Extension
happened to
called.
catch, wasn't it, the accident, but you know, looking back, it's just good that his hand, you know, he's got a massive scar down his left hand, but the fact that he's, you know, the doctors saved his arm and he can still play pool, bit of a miracle really.
Yeah, I mean, obviously no good time for something like that to happen, but
Unusual style of play here again. I don't think he played for this pocket. I think he was playing for left centre, but it's just a bit wild. And I tell you, he does something no one ever does a lot of the time on the 9 ball. He fires it in the pocket. He don't just pot it. He won't do that here, of course, because of the angle. But if he's got a straight 9, he absolutely thumps it. And I'd be scared to death of doing that.
a real crowd pleaser, and you feel he relishes that so much. So Sophie hasn't been ahead yet at any stage of the match. Chance to change that here.
Cue ball is going to be going into the 5. Got to be careful here. Might try and play the double kiss. No, he's just taking distance. That's okay.
It was a run full of drama to the final last year. Beat the 2001 champion Mika Immonen Hill in the last 32. Another Hill against Sebastian Bakovsky in the last 16. And just when Albin Ocean was really threatening to equal the all-time record of 3 world titles, Sophie stunned him 11-8 in the quarters. Followed that with victory over Wu Kunlin in the semis. And got off to a good start in the final against Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, but just got overtaken in the end by the Spaniard, who won 13-10. And I'll tell you what, he's making this run out look easy, Carl, and done 1 or 2 challenges along the way.
Yeah, a couple of long pots thrown in. And the positional shot onto the green 6, the main thing, even though the cue ball was near the rail, he had angle.
So Chua had a break and run in the opening rack. Now Sufi's had one in the ninth. He's won 3 in a row and he leads for the first time in this last 16 contest at the World Championship.
Never got to give up at this game. Sufi's scratched here, I believe. Yes, he has.
Foul shot.
A reprieve for Chua.
Ball in hand. Please start the clock.
Well, a lot of Sufi's turnaround in this match has been based on picking up on Chua's errors. Now, the Philippines player has got to reverse roles.
Of course, he didn't play the treble. He fluked the treble. He was playing the cross bank. This will just settle him down.
Just thinking, by the way, Carl, if Dang does get through, which looks even more likely now because it's just gone 9-4, the prospect of Dang against Sufi in the quarters. What a crowd pleaser that would be.
Yeah, you could. There would be an argument for saying Dang Junhui is the second fastest player on the circuit. I know the legend, the Maltese legend, Tony Drago, he was up there. He would give Sufi a run for his money, to be fair. Imagine watching that match, Mohamed Sufi versus Tony Drago.
Okay, so Chua had to make ball in hand count there, and he has.
Get same-day delivery on thousands of items at the Home Depot.
It's funny how he almost looks like a slow player in this match, purely by comparison with Sufi, who's so fast. Breaking really has been a massive part of the narrative of this last 16 encounter so far, and so it's proved again. Sufi came up dry. He's had a few of those in recent racks, and he's going to pay the price. Chua was 6-4 down, but he's very much had the better of it since. He now needs 3 more to go through. Chua leading 8-7.
Lost the cue ball a little bit, just a bit shy of pace. And he's missed the ball. How big of a moment is this? This is the problem when you play super quick. Your cue ball is not as tight as other professionals on the circuit. What a moment.
Well, we've had so many obvious turning points in the match. That has the look of perhaps being the most significant juncture of all. Because really, at this stage of the match, the difference between being level and having 2 in it is colossal. And also, of course,
extension called.
Chua can polish off 8 and 9. Not only will he be 2 in front, be breaking again in the next rack. And as you said, Carl, he's been so effective in that department. Yes, he's not always had a great opportunity coming off the break, but he's been making balls, and that gives you the opportunity to play the next one and take control of the rack. And speaking of control, he's got the cue ball exactly where he wants it there. This to go too clear.
Yeah, also, Michael, you know, I know it's the World Championships, the biggest prize fund we've seen. So, of course, players here are focusing on the World Pool Championships. But we've got a little thing called the Reyes Cup coming up. Valuable points at stake.
And what's at stake now is a quarter-final
Chua
place.
wins the
And
rack.
Johan Chua is just a couple of racks away from claiming it. Getting a moment's peace, is he, Carl? He's come here to watch a bit of the pool, and everyone wants to have a chat with him.
Yeah, the fellow with the hat on, he's Roland Garcia. He
Yeah.
played in the World Championships this year.
Yeah, and has been to the final
Rack
of it
17,
before.
Johan Chua to break.
Okay,
Leading
so
by
Johan
9 racks to
Chua
7.
probably wasn't expecting to win that 16th rack, but he was let in towards the end, took care of business, and now he's hoping to bring that effective break once more. 2 more needed for victory. And now, make that just 1. What a time to pull
Johan
out a
Chua
golden
wins
break.
the rack.
And it's the first time in the match there's been more than 2 in it either way. Well, we talked about that miss from Sufi and what a massive moment it could be in the previous rack. It looks so much bigger now because it let Chua in to win, to keep the break, and to make a golden break. All of a sudden, Carl, it's 10-7.
Yeah, I was thinking 3 or 4 racks ago, not had a golden break yet in this match. Well, what a time for Johan Chua to find one. And the missed 7 ball is a double bubble because Sufi has been paid the ultimate punishment for that miss. Get the cue ball moving quick. Will it bank off the bottom rail into the top pocket? No, he's playing safe. No, he has played that, sorry. Has he fluked it?
Has it got the legs? Has it got the legs? Oh, not quite. It was tracking. It was online.
Yeah, just hit it a little bit harder. It would have gone in.
Viator's 24/7 customer service makes it easy to triple confirm that the Coliseum tour can handle grandma. Find travel experiences for you at Viator.com.
You have one, yes. Extension called.
Yeah, 2-way shot. He played the bank and he also played the cue ball into the 9 in case he misses the bank. Watch the cue ball as well. There you could see, fires it into the 9. It was close. Long pot has been at 75%. Oh, that puts the percent up. That keeps him in the World Championship, Sufi.
That's just amazing, isn't it? 10-7 down. Knows if he misses, it's probably the end of his adventure here in Jeddah, and just gets down, strokes it in so nonchalantly. And now he's probably going to get back to 2 behind, breaking in the next rack. This is still alive, Carl.
It is, and when he missed that 4 ball, cued it terribly. Come down and sat on the 9. If he goes anywhere else, Chua's probably in the interview room.
What an eventful rack that was.
Mohamed
It's gone the
Sufi
way of Mohamed
wins the rack.
Sufi. Chua's lead trimmed to 10-8.
Inconsistent. What's he got this time in rack 19? It's dry. He's coming round. He's desperately looking at what he's left. Oh, he's left the gap. Chua can pot the 1. Look at the gap he's found here. Now a quick scan around the table tells me that it is a half chance this. The purple 5 is going to have to be played as a combo on the 8. Oh, and let me tell you, Mohamed Sufi sat in his chair. He'll be scanning the table, Michael. We have this ability to read the rack, read the table from our chair. Little thin one on the blue 2, but he can kind of spin this one in. A little floater. Yeah, that's the shot I was talking about, just flicking in with a little left English, centre of the table. It's all about this combo that he's looking at, even though he's not playing that shot now. We just like to start thinking about that shot. It's in a couple of shots' time.
Not much in it, but fair to say overall he's been the better player, certainly the better breaker. This is his chance to make it all count. As the greatest of his nation looks on.
Yeah, I wonder what he has made of this match, Efren. If you could pick his brains apart, what would he tell you? It's been back and forth
Extension
this match.
called.
It's been hard to pick a winner. Whenever we have one of these big pool tournaments, whether it's the World Champs or the US Open or one of the Open events, if there's double figures of Filipinos in the tournament, there's always a handful left, isn't there, when you get to the final 16? 3 left here in the final 16.
Well, they were well into double figures at the start, 13 of them in total. Joint most of anyone, along with the host nation.
I just took a little glance at table 2, SVB 1, Wojciech Szewczak 1. Szewczak just missed a very easy 6-ball. Shane jumped out of the chair. Wow, I'm surprised he played that. Real surprised he's played that. You never see pros, it's very rare, bumping into a ball. He's tried to draw the cue ball into the 7, knock the 7 on the right hand side of the table. Then he can just play a stop shot on the 6, but he didn't catch the 7 right. Still a bit of life left in this match. He's got to pinch it. He's going forward, 2 rails. Looks good if it comes off. Nice, very nice.
Mohamed Soufi lit up the 2023 World Championship in Kielce in Poland around about 16 months ago. You wouldn't say he's done a great deal in the big events since then, but the biggest of them all seemed to inspire him again this week. He thrilled and entertained us once again, and he was in a good position in this match when he led by 6 racks to 4. But in the end, he's been overtaken by Johan Chua, who has won 7 of the last 9 racks. He defeats Mohamed Soufi 11-8. Chua once again is into the quarterfinals, and there he will face the Spanish Open champion, the only Chinese player in the field, Dang Jinhu.
So had to bounce back on the one-loss side, beat James Georgiadis 9-4, and then Luri Tang 11-3 and Mario He last night. Good 4-ball, but nothing like the one he knocked in the decider. It was inspirational. I think it was the 5.
Yeah, I wasn't here for that shot last night, late. Heard so much about it, though, this morning, and Carl had mentioned that 90% of the field's really playing safe in that kind of situation, and always talk about the players here to win rather than play to not to lose. And 2 of the finest we're going to have here on our afternoon match here on the TV table. And again, it looks like the lag is going to really be influential here early in the match. Not a whole lot to talk about with these last 4 balls. They're kind of right in front of them. You'll see Raga quite often get the cue ball cleaned. He feels like there's any residue from the chalk or whatever. He's not going to take any chances.
It really was a recurring theme last night on table 1. Both matches. Short Al-Qaedi and then Sanderson Melling. All 4 players had the cue ball cleaned on a regular basis.
Yeah, well, it's quite humid here, you know, and really humid at times. In the evenings, it seems to be even more so. So these players, of course, the adrenaline gets going, a little sweat on the hands, and they just don't want to have anything unfortunate happen with a kick or a skid.
Nothing
Raga
unfortunate
wins the
about that rack, apart from if you are Joshua Filler. Jagrio of Portugal pulled away to 9-5. And then against Fitim Haradinaj in the last 64, well, he was looking as though he might well be eliminated. He was 9-4 down to the man from Kosovo, but then rattled off the last 7 racks. And when he got through, he let out a huge shout. I think it was more relief than anything else.
Yeah, at one point yesterday, he won 17 games in a row, and for this field, no matter who you're playing and what the situation or scenario is, to do so. Now the problem is he's got to fall a little underneath this 7 to get it over for the 8, and he's going to have to go forward doing so off the brown 7. So speed control here, very important, and it's all about how you hit the pocket with the object ball here on the 5. I'll tell you, there's some nerves going on the Shevchuk Van Boning match. He just missed about an identical 8 ball to the same corner that Shane missed in the last rack. I don't know if this is makeable. May have to put a little spin on this. Watch for the overcut. Okay, got it down.
The old slumped shoulders when he was initially down on the 7, and then all of the hopes he'd ignited in Anton Raga were doused.
Yeah, but it makes it add up to a little bit more of a shot on the 8. And what we've seen from Filler in 2024, if he's going to make a mistake, it's early in the match. It's really not going to happen mid-match or later.
And I've seen him miss quite a few of this kind of shot by overcutting. Not on this occasion. Could not have been any cleaner.
Yeah, that was center cut. He's got a bit of a tester here in rack 3 to get his first lead.
Anton Raga potted all the balls in the first rack, but he's not potted one since. Joshua Filler hits the front early doors at 2-1.
I talk about it all the time with players. Didn't really settle the tip before that final swing, which Josh usually does do, and maybe got a little quick there. Big miss.
Left hampered cueing over the black 8 ball. That's worked out just fine, though.
And he's getting the cue ball cleaned again, and I'm not really sure why. Looked like he was upset. I thought he played it with just ideal speed. You wouldn't want to float too much. Can't bring the 8 into play. Cue ball didn't seem to kick. I mean, or at least the object ball didn't seem to have a kick either, so.
The key to being rich is knowing what counts.
Looks as though the first 4 racks of this match are going to be shared.
Anton Raga
Joshua
wins the
Fuller,
rack.
normally so reliable when it comes to potting, missed a ball that he normally would knock in, and Anton Raga took full advantage of that.
He's a little off angle, so going, looks like forward with the cue ball. Really good at this shot.
Well, Jeremy, you're right to say that, but Fuller very surprisingly missed it. Very surprising. I think that's a product of the situation. A product of the pressure.
Yeah, well, it looks like he's going to get back to the table. Not really, you know, he had a cut on the 7, but couldn't get shape on the 8. Big part of the game he's improved at here from Fuller.
Foul shot.
When you miss a 7-ball
Ball
like
in
that,
hand.
the pool gods don't think
start the
kindly about you. They inflict further punishment.
Yeah, and that's usually no matter who you are. Nice little hit on the 7, but shaved it. Went right in the corner.
Fuller had a golden chance for early separation. That chance has seemingly evaporated.
Extension called. Anton
Joshua
Raga
Fuller
wins the
drew
rack.
the 7-ball. It remained on the table.
Leaded by 4 racks to 3.
I'm not sure Raga's gotten the 1 down yet. He has missed him a couple times though as well. Yeah, that was a little better. A little better hit, but big struggle so far on the break for Anton Raga.
Yeah, in the first rack he potted the 1, but he came off the point into a bottom pocket. Then he broke dry in the second.
Yeah, dry break from Shevchuk, so now another opportunity for Shane to get going, and he's had plenty. Yeah, the top English. Top English, he likes the stun and the draw a bit more than the top.
Like the 7-ball he missed in rack 6. The 5 remains stubbornly on the playing surface.
Yeah, tricky little shot here.
Extension called.
Few reasons. I'd like to get into this to play some 4 rails. That way, cue ball, even where the position it's in now, would be pretty good. Yeah, trying to bounce off this bottom cushion. He's going to fall a little underneath it. Didn't want to fall straight. Now, there's certain types of chalks that leave a little bit more on the cue ball. Is that maybe the case? Because this cue ball is getting cleaned quite often.
It's a constant debate in snooker. The vast majority of the professionals these days using the town chalk. And when someone goes away from that, the other players don't particularly like it.
Oh, nice shot there to get on the 7. Makes things pretty easy. Remember, it was a 7-ball miss to get a 2-game lead for Fuller. Now 3 balls, you got to believe, not missable for Raga to get his own 2-game lead.
Not inch perfect by any means, but it should be no issue.
Bit more cut than it appears, though.
Anton Raga
On the
wins the
occasion of
rack.
his wife's birthday, I'm just wondering, is it going to be a case of it's my
Raga to
on
break.
the one early?
Leading by 6 racks to 3.
In rack 14, Van Boning has forced another opportunity, this time to draw level.
Yeah, and watch the right hand as it pops out here. It's like he's cueing a little left right there at impact. Interesting to see. And Shane just made a shot on the 1 ball, and I know Shane pretty well and watched him play a lot of pool, and he's made the type of one that could inspire him. I know that's crazy, but after some mistakes, I think he's digging deep. Now Raga has a look at the blue 2. He may go for the cross side bank here, trying to play a bit of a 2-way. Looks like he's going to avoid that. No, he is. Yeah, the speed's off a hair maybe. No, it's pretty good. You're going to see Josh go to the air, I believe.
It's such an unforgiving game, isn't it? Fuller 3-2 ahead. Should have made it 4-2. He missed that 7 ball out of nowhere. He missed a 5 ball a little later on. And those mistakes have now
Extension
been
call.
magnified.
Yeah, and they get even more magnified with a guy like Anton Raga on the other end. He's to turn it around a little bit. I don't know if that was the play. You could see a little shake of the head, so maybe a bit of fortune.
It's getting towards the danger zone for Josh Fuller.
Yeah, and how many times has he missed the 1? And again, watch the 9 move. When it moves out quickly, that's a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, the referee is Julian Roper, and I have to say the movement of the 9 is so regular, it's not coincidental.
No, not at all. And you know, the template's there to make it as good as possible time and time again. It can't obviously always be perfect, but wouldn't say it's, you know, always on the player, to be fair. Hey, still some work here. Don't see the 4 being missed, not the 5, but you got to, anytime you got to track up and down the table, you know, just the slightest bit of a mistake, and you know, miss a ball to the pocket, speeds off a little bit, things can get a bit sticky. Like right here, having to go up and down, so now he's got to deliver a big draw stroke from distance. So how you hit the pocket, you could land near the rail. I don't see him getting straight on the 7, which would probably be the worst thing, but watch out for the side as well, just in case he overcuts it a bit. Now he got a lot out of that. Really good. Stayed off the rail for the most part also. Now he's got to make a decision. Does he play for a thin cut on the 8 to go up and down? Like where he's looking there. That's the more secure play. Meaning you got to do a little more work, but you're almost guaranteed to get in that position on the 8 and give yourself a chance and kind of put it in your own hands.
We've talked about Joshua Filler being such a wonderful potter, and that applies in pressures or in situations of acute pressure. The mark
Joshua
of
Filler
a great
wins the
champion.
rack.
He badly needed that rack, and he wins it with a succession of missable pots. 7-5.
Rack 13.
And for
Joshua
the second
Filler
year
to
in
break.
succession,
Trailing by
Van
7
Boning
racks to
will
5.
lose in the last 16 of the championship.
Yeah, dry break there. The 1 did threaten the side a bit more. Not as much movement on the 9. So a good sign for a referee.
Boom! Hole in one!
Hey, hot guy, marry me.
Okay, to Men's Warehouse.
Josh putting a little more speed into that one, it seemed like, as well.
Table 1, by the way, it's very early stages, but Fedor Gorst did win the second rack, so 1-1 there.
Push out called.
Yeah, push coming in. If you're new to 9 ball, the push out is only after the break shot.
Joshua, it's your choice.
The breaker on a ball being made, or like here, the incoming player on a dry break, have one time they must declare a push out to where they can push the cue ball anywhere they want. And the incoming player has the option to take the shot or pass it back. Very crucial part of the game. Is that enough speed? So common these players end up short on that shot. Always wanting to worry about the 1 getting away. Shevchak going for a big kick shot on the blue 2 to maybe produce a run out to get on the hill. Wow, he hit the 2. It was hanging in the corner. And I really don't know how it didn't go. Did get a break though. Got a bit of a roll. Speed looks very good here.
You know, when it comes to performances this week, his opening display, Anton Raga against Bernie Regalario, was an absolute clinic in terms of tactics. He's one of those players you must never underestimate.
Foul shot.
And a rare miss kick from Josh, especially the last few years. He's really improved in that department. And that's a bit of a shocker to me, I wouldn't say.
What a big moment in the match. What a difference this rack makes. Anton Raga relieved to see that one in.
Anton Raga wins the rack.
He leads by 8 racks to 5, and Joshua Filler and Shane Van Boning from opposite sides of the Atlantic are linked by the fact that both are in deep trouble.
Yeah, you could tell he wasn't sure when it left, but did get. We saw it last night, or yesterday rather, where he just doesn't miss a ball. It seems like he just gets better and better. And not much exchange from Filler hurts.
Have we just seen the turning point? Will we be thinking about that tomorrow night?
Yeah.
What a miss.
Well, I thought he could draw it, to be honest. I mean, most of these players want to draw the ball a lot of times on the slick table. I'm not saying the slick table made that miss. Very similar to the miss on the 5 from Filler earlier. Thought he had a bit more options than Filler did, though.
Do not invite filler in. He'll drink all of your wine. He'll eat all of your
Filler
food.
wins the rack.
Metaphorically, of course. Don't give him a chance. 8-6 when it might well have been 9-5. He missed a 7 earlier, filler. This time it's Raga's turn. Oh, the pain, Jeremy. The pain.
Not have too much of a worrisome angle on the 6. It looks like he can go forward. Oh, watch out. Oh my, he may be corner hooked.
Well, if he is, it's preferable to the scratch.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, he could have just fallen forward a little bit. He looked at it. It was definitely there. I think he can see this possibly. No, doesn't appear so. He's aiming away. You'll see it when we go away from the replay. Oh, he's going to get the snooker here, maybe. No, what a hit. But even the top guys feeling a little the pressure here late.
As anticipated, widely anticipated with this amount of prize money and World 9-Ball Tour ranking points available.
Get a Ryobi One Plus 6-tool combo kit for $199. Was $299 at the Home Depot.
Fairlife Ultra Filtered Milk makes every moment better. With 50% more
Tour ranking points available. It's inevitable.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and we see it in every event, really, but I just definitely a bit more
Extension
here.
called.
I think these two also, you know, realize how great both players are, and that adds a little to it as well. This little light. Wanted to send that past, so it's not going to be easy, and maybe not even playable. Maybe a natural scratch, but I think he can avoid it. He can cut this in the side. That's the big mistake if he can. That one Josh is not going to be happy with.
He didn't just deliver that cue, he danced as he played it. He's a mover and he's a shaker.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got me moving around a bit, and you can see the concern on birthday girl, Pia Filler. She's sweating every ball at the moment. And it seems like the balls are breaking better the last 3 or 4 games, so very dangerous. Dangerous waters here for Josh Filler. He may not get back to the table.
Anton Raga wins the rack.
Wow, what a scoreline. 2 racks in it now to Anton Raga. Joshua Filler missed the 2, then he left the 6. And the Dragon is breathing fire.
It's close. Maybe it'll jump this and just hold the cue ball. Trying to use the brown 7. You gonna swerve it? Gotta play the safety here, I think. Filler's gonna come off the left side rail. This one here you want to usually hit with a high ball, take a chance to make it. The thing you're looking for the most often is knocking the 3 to the side rail above the side pocket, letting it go to the top cushion, trying to use the 6 and 8. Now he's going to hit more of a center ball, so really taking a chance at making it.
Hello. What a pot under the gun. That this is the highest stakes match, the high stakes tournament, the highest stakes environment he's ever been in, but he's coping.
Yeah, and you wouldn't say it's been a poor match, just a couple unexpected misses by both players. Obviously a few more by Josh, but you know, the break was kind of funny for both players there for a bit. That will always make the match look a little sluggish, but I think it's been pretty quality overall.
Anton Raga wins the rack.
10-7, the Anton Raga lead over Joshua Filler. Shane Van Boeningen was 10-7 down against Wojciech Szewczyk. He could not turn that around. Can Filler? Yes, of course he can, but it will be a very tough task, even for him.
Now he's got options here. I think he's going to push through behind the purple. And it's got to go. And that's the tendency, is to be a little light, maybe worried about hitting the point with the cue ball. A lot of times on that shot, you can bump the ball a little bit and still be okay. So Filler's got a chance.
Not for the first time, the two ball does not obey Joshua Filler. Is that his last shot in this year's championship?
Well, that was a nice play there, and a little tougher than it looks coming out of the pocket when you're coming across the middle of the table. Easy to lose the speed in the line of the cue ball, but he's perfect.
But he despises defeat.
And he's not going to be happy with his performance either. It's one thing to get beaten, of course, he performs so well so often. Just a few got away here, and then the break never got going.
Anton Raga
in
wins the
programs
match.
like Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, the dragon is a destroyer, and this dragon has been a destroyer of the hopes, the aspirations of Joshua Filler. Anton Raga defeats the German by 11 racks to 7.
This